All right, YouTubers. Hello. I wanted to give you all an update on my 55-gallon reef tank aquarium. It's been a while since I posted a video on here, so I definitely wanted to show you the changes that I've made since then. A lot of things have changed since the last time I shot my last video. For one, I've changed the lighting. I had the marine orbit LED lights on here for the longest. I wasn't getting any significant coral growth from my coral, so don't waste your money on those things. They look good, but they just don't get any growth. So what I did was upgrade it to the 16-inch dimmable Euphotica LED lights. They actually overhang from my aquarium from a modification I made myself from a little hardware store. Not nothing big, or, some small, but they seem to be working pretty good. I have them on timers right now. That's why everything is kind of different color, so I can actually make the adjustment up here. I don't have the automatic one, so I can make the adjustment from here, because of course I was saving a little bit of money instead of getting the ones with remote control. So I have my channel 1 and my channel 2 on each one, and I actually offset them with timers. So in the morning, my blues will come on for a certain amount of time, and then a little bit after that, my LED and my whites or whatnot will come on. So it kind of gives it that sunrise effect. So it's actually pretty cool. I did that myself, and you can just do that from 2 separate timers. Now, the last time I actually posted this thing, I had a CPR hang on the back Refugium, which I have got rid of that thing, and I've actually changed it. It wasn't too bad. It was just, just the look of it. Of course, if you're in this hobby, you're gonna change a lot of things up. So what I did was pretty much purchase the CPR hang on the back overflow tank, and I'm going to show you how this thing works in a second. So you have this little pump that actually comes with it, which is pretty awesome, and it sucks the air bubbles out here to prevent back siphon in the event of power outage or anything like that. So the water flows through here, and then it has this little tube right here that actually circulates everything through the pump. Now you got to be careful with this, because you got to keep everything clean. So when in your weekly maintenance or whatnot, you just have to disconnect the tubes and run water through it and keep it clean. But other than that, it's actually pretty cool. So with the tubing that I ran from, I actually did all this myself. So this is all PCV pipe, and I have a little adjuster on here in the vent. If I want to shut the water off for cleanings or whatever. So I ran the pipe down in the back of here, which is, before, like I said, I had the CPR hang on the back Refugium. So since then I have upgraded, and I'm going to show you my little setup. So you can see the bottom underneath there, everything is pretty much covered. I didn't have a built-in fish tank stand, so what I did was just made the best of what I had, and I actually made a quick modification, very inexpensive modification. So I just take this and I just slide that back. So now underneath here, so what I have is a 10-gallon Refugium kit that I purchased through eBay for like 30 something bucks or something like that. And of course I just went in here and I did it all myself and put it in here with the silicone and so on and so forth. It's actually pretty cool, because now the tubing that comes down from my overflow flows in here with live rock. I actually have a ChemiPure bag in here, and I'm also running a carbon pad because, like I said, I just made some changes to my aquarium, so I want to make sure I get all those little pollutants and stuff out of there. But eventually I'll probably get rid of the carbon pad until I'm ready to really trying to clean the water. I think the ChemiPure bag does enough. I do not have the sump protein skimmer. I have I'll go back up here. I have a Reef Octopus hang on the back protein skimmer that I purchased a while back, and I don't know, that thing is just so awesome. I just don't want to change it. So it's been working pretty good. It just hangs on the back. That's the only thing different from the sump one. I know a lot of people like all their stuff down underneath and all that good stuff. I think it depends on the person, and my setup, it works for me, and I like it like that. So eventually I may change it, but right now I just keep it like that. I don't know what I want to do with this second chamber. Right now it's just filtered through here from the carbon, and it goes from here and it goes into the water polishing fiber that I actually have in here, which is cheap. You get this for $3-4 from the local fish store. You just gotta keep this stuff changed out like weekly, but that just goes into your normal changes. Now over here in this chamber is where my pump actually pumps the water. As everything is clear and everything through my sump, it just pumps the water back up into the aquarium, which I did all of this stuff myself, very inexpensive, from the local hardware store, Home Depot. Ain't nothing fancy, and everything goes back up into my aquarium here to this part right here. Now you can't see it, but right underneath here I drilled 2 small holes on each side of the PCV pipe. That's very key. You got to do that to prevent back siphon. So when I have a power outage, the water drops to a level to those 2 holes, and it keeps the water from flowing back out from the aquarium into your freaking sump and causing a huge mess. So you got to make sure when you're doing this that you drill those 2 holes in there to make sure it's on point. And you do the research before you do this, because it's simple to do and it's very easy, but if you do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about it. Now, I'm running 2 Jabo wave maker pumps in here. I have a WP4 and also I think it's a WP16 or 8 or something like that, which is the bigger one. But anyway, with this one, I just got this one the other day in the mail, and I actually have it here to pump flow back on this other side of the aquarium, because I had this little small cheap one up here from the fish store. But the only thing I'm using this for is for water circulation on this side, up top. Because of course you can see my inlet from my sump goes straight down into the water, into the tank, instead of just blowing out. And that's just my preference. This is everybody's preference. So on this side I have this wave maker. This is the big one, so it's super duper powerful. And I got a lot of water movement in there from the pump or whatnot. See if you can see just the way I like it. Not too crazy, not nothing too crazy. Just the water movement just the way I like it for all my coral. I have my star polyps here, they're just dangling in the wind right here. Got a little thing going on with them. So pretty good water circulation, pretty good water movement. I can adjust this thing and change it as need be, however I want to, but that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, up top, since it's so powerful, I have it pointing upwards a little bit to where it's actually having the water circulating up top, which is actually pretty cool. So it keeps everything flowing there. Of course, I have an open top aquarium. Eventually I may put some kind of little screen on here as a safety precaution for my lights, but right now it's just something I did myself. Hardware store, Home Depot, not nothing fancy. The lights, they actually come with these little fancy hangers right here, but everything else you just get yourself for a couple of bucks and you just put them up there to get it in. So now back down here. Now I also, the last time I shot this video, I did not have this, which is it's an ATO, it's an auto top off from ATO. With the 2 sensors on there that runs into my water reservoir, that actually runs from my water reservoir right here into my sump. So it's just right here, from here, boom, right into here. Not no big deal or anything like that. So with this, it's actually pretty cool because I have the first sensor that's actually off inside of here. As you can see here, that if the water drops below that level, the pump will not come on to prevent the pump from burning out in the event that the water drops from the second sensor, which is back there, which keeps everything level here in the sump. Okay, so it's actually pretty cool. You can see the sensors off just a little bit. I got my little covers that I paid a couple of dollars for in the local fish store that I have up here. Like I said, you can do this thing. It doesn't have to be nothing too expensive. You can keep everything as simple as you possibly can. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And you can still be good in this hobby. Alright, so now you see it with everything open. I got all that stuff going on underneath there, and you really can't tell it once I pull my little curtain back that I have on there that again was very inexpensive. Coral, they're doing good in there. A lot of different type SPSs, LPSs, a lot of softies and all that kind of stuff like that in there. A lot of different things. Like I said, I've made a lot of modifications, a lot of change in my aquarium, so my coral have went through a lot with the amount of change that I've had, of course, in this hobby. The kind of things you go through can be very pricey and very expensive, so you learn as you grow. So again, this is my 55-gallon reef tank, and this is my update from the last video that I posted. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.